Hey there, welcome to Abundant Source Raw, and in this video I wanted to talk a little bit about becoming your authentic self, because it's something that I hear a lot from many people who are striving to be the best they can be, and they want to know how they can be totally authentic. And it's kind of funny because it seems like a lot of people have this idea that authenticity is some kind of goal to be achieved, or some futuristic goal that they have to work for to attain. And if you have to search outside of yourself and outside of this moment to achieve authenticity, that's just a total paradox right there. There's no authenticity outside of this moment and outside of yourself. You are your authentic self right now, but because of the society that we live in and the way that it's set up, from the educational system to your parents that shove knowledge into your head at such a young age, and just all the belief systems and all the things you've been told throughout your life, you feel that you have to be a certain way and act a certain way to be the best that you can be, and to have happiness and success and all that. It's just been portrayed all throughout our society, through our whole life, that we have to be a certain way. And so that's what most of us strive for, is to be and to fit into that mold that society has sort of made us think is what will bring us happiness and peace and prosperity. But authenticity is being you in the moment, right here now. There is no existence outside of right now, only mental concepts in your head about past and future. And authenticity is not something that you have to work towards to attain. In fact, you have to do the opposite almost. The only work you have to do is not searching outside yourself and learning new knowledge and finding different ways to be authentic, because that's all outside of yourself, and that's impossible to find authenticity outside of yourself. What you really have to do is slash away all that knowledge. Your authentic self is always inside of you, in the background of your life, but you have so much knowledge and nonsense and beliefs and things like that that are just piled on top of your authenticity, that you can't really feel authentic because you have so many beliefs and things like that, and personality types that you've taken on, thinking that maybe this will make me authentic. Or people believe that people attach their authenticity to some mental concept in their head, such as, I'm a fruitarian, or I am a nerd, or I am a meat eater, or I'm intelligent, or I am this way and that way, and that is me. But those are all just mental concepts and things that you've attached your personality to, and it's always changing. And one day you can think that your authentic self is intelligent and very smart and wise, and then the next day something happens and you think that your authentic self is ridiculous and stupid and doesn't know anything. So how can either of those be your authentic self if they just kind of change in an instant like that? Your authentic self is the ever-present truth and the source of all life that is within all of us. And these mental personas that we kind of identify ourselves with are just concepts of the mind, and things that our society tells us, you gotta be something, you've gotta be something, be somebody, do this and have that, and then you will be successful and you can, authentically express yourself. And those are the things that you need to just slash away at, and, cut down your beliefs, and until you get to the core, until you get to nothing but truth. You have so much belief and so much identification surrounding your authentic self kind of making you perceive it as your authentic self. You think that it's who you are, but it can't really be who you are, because it can easily be washed away, it can easily be changed, and what you really should be working on is centering yourself and becoming aware and sitting down with yourself and just kind of hacking away at all those beliefs and all those things that you've piled on top of your authenticity until you have nothing left but the truth. You know, the truth lies in simplicity. Truth is what you have when there is nothing left but truth. You can't discover truth out there. You can't discover authenticity out there. It can only be discovered by unlearning everything you think you know about the world and about yourself and about God and you know, about everything. It's sitting down with yourself and discovering the truth. It's knocking away every concept of the mind until you finally get to that point where there's nothing, just stillness, just the source of all life, and just pure authenticity. That is being authentic. And when you're in that space of authenticity, then your authentic self flows out of you. Authenticity is not something that you can gain and just sort of attach yourself to. Authenticity flows from within and unfolds itself from inside. You might think of yourself as someone who authentically wants to change the world and wants to be their best and do better and create happiness for all, but if you're not doing it from the truth of your being, from your complete authenticity, then truly nothing of lasting value and importance can come of it. You can't solve a problem with the same level of thinking that got you into the problem, and by that I'm talking about the mind. And the mind has got us into these problems, and the mind can't bring us out of it. Only by becoming our truthful, authentic selves can we take the right action to you know, make lasting change, and change that actually matters in the world. And a lot of people think that if they become basically nothing, almost as I've described it, that they'll have no motivation to do anything, and that how can you help the world by just kind of sitting with yourself and almost seemingly doing nothing of importance or value. But when you're in that state of pure authenticity, where you've cut every single untruthful mind-made concept out of your life, and you've just got that pure source of authenticity, now life is able to flow through you and conduct you, and the only meaningful action can really come from that source of authenticity. Any action that is produced by mental concepts and that does not come from your authentic source is going to be selfish and for the wrong reasons, and it won't be action that is producing meaningful change. Not only that, but if you succeed in your endeavor, then you're still at that level of thinking, and you will still want to achieve a higher level and have more, and always be struggling to achieve what your mind wants and not what your authentic self wants. But becoming your authentic self and letting life unfold from the inside out promotes meaningful action and promotes thoughtless action. So you don't even have to think about doing what's right. It's just completely flowing through you, and you take action without even having to think about it. You're just one with the universe and one with all things, one with the source and one with God. That rightful action is just what you do. And instead of attaching labels to yourself, such as I am good, or I am bad, or I am this age and this name and you know, this type of species, stop and realize that you are none of them. You are, and that's it. If you attach anything past I am, then you've limited yourself. I am this, then if you are this thing, then you have just excluded yourself from many other things that life has to offer. Any label that you attach to yourself is a limiting belief that implies that you're lacking in some other area of your life. So the next time you think, I am this or I am that, just think, I am, and then stop and let it be at that. Because what you are is truth and authenticity, and it can only be discovered when you stop the pursuit of truth and authenticity. If you're looking and seeking for authenticity, you'll never find it, because authenticity is inside of yourself. And in your search for authenticity, it's more like you're actually running away from it, because authenticity is right here, and you are going off on all these different far-off adventures and places to find it. And it's not something to search for, it's just something to become by cutting out all your different beliefs and things that you have piled on top of it. It's right under your nose, you just can't find it because you have all this junk and garbage in your mind telling you that, you know, it's outside of yourself. You won't find authenticity in books or in schooling or in anything found outside of yourself. If you're perfectly okay with not being authentic, if you're perfectly okay with not finding your authenticity, if you're perfectly okay with just being the way you are as you are, even if it means not being authentic, if you're okay with letting go of the idea of being authentic, then what's left is your authenticity. You can only find yourself by losing yourself. Your want for authenticity is what's stopping you from being authentic. So stop the search and just become it. Be accepting to life as it is. Be accepting to who you are right now, and realize there's not really anything to become. There's not anything to do. There's nothing to search for, and there's nothing to gain. It's more about just really losing everything that you've been told, and that's how you find authenticity. Alright, this video is getting pretty long, so I'm gonna end it here. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then please like and subscribe for more content like this, and I'll talk with you in the next video. Thank you so much.